Welcome. Today I am sharing with you 3 new Dollar Tree fall DIYs. If you love easy DIYs and budget decor, you're in the right place. My name is Jennifer and this is a little bit of Common Crazy. If you like what you see here today, I hope you will hit that subscribe button. I want to thank SUREBONDER for sponsoring today's video. Now let's get into it. For this project, I'm creating a garland using this maple style burlap leaf from the Dollar Tree, but the colors weren't exactly what I wanted, so I'm going to go in with Waverly's chalk paint in truffle, pumpkin, moss, and white, just using some cheap makeup sponges, and of course I'll need some twine in order to hang them in the end. So to start off with, I am using moss on the lighter natural burlap color leaf. Now I like this because it allows the moss and that brown to both come together. Some areas will have more of a deep color of that moss, and will have the lighter moss, and some will still have that natural brown coming through, and that is why I chose to use a makeup sponge. Now if you've been around, you have seen me use these silicone mats so many times. SUREBONDER actually created these to be used with their hot glue guns, and I do use them that way, but you will see that I also paint on them all the time because I just take an old fingernail scrubbing brush and clean them when I'm done, and this is so much better than me having to throw away paper every single time I paint, and you can only imagine how often that is. Once I was finished with the green, I snipped off the end of that sponge, and then I mixed a little bit of the pumpkin with a tiny bit of truffle in order to tone down that bright orange color, and then I put that on, or sponged it on to the orange leaf again to bring down that really bright orange color of that leaf and give it a little bit more dimension and texture to that leaf. Now this is the part where some of you will think I'm absolutely crazy, and that is fine, but this is how I chose to do my color scheme. I went with a white on top of the green leaf. Now I get that white is not a traditional fall color, but it absolutely goes with my decor, and I really like how this looked. You could also go in with like a muted yellow instead if you wanted to. What is great about this is I'm just here to give you some inspiration, and then you take this whatever direction works best for you. For the red leaves, I just used the color truffle in order to add that extra depth and dimension. And I really was so surprised with how well this one turned out, because the red was actually my least favorite color to begin with. And it became such a beautiful tone after I added the truffle to it. Make sure that you give them enough time to dry. After that, each of these leaves have this little clip on the back of them, kind of like a bobby pin. And all you're going to do is just hook them right over wherever you're going to hang them. So I'm using some twine. So just place the twine or whatever you're going to do where you want it, and then hook the leaves in the order that you want. This is great because you can use as few or as many leaves as you want. I went with 9 leaves, and it was the perfect amount for my mantle, and I think this turned out beautiful. For this project, I was inspired by something I saw at Dollar General, but I was still able to save a few dollars by creating it myself. So with a couple of the smaller pumpkins and 1 larger pumpkin, my hot glue gun, and some Waverly chalk paint, I was able to make this beautiful pumpkin trio. To start off with, I removed the raffia bow from all 3 pumpkins and set it aside because I will be using those in the end, so you don't want to lose those. After that, I removed the sunflowers and the pumpkins. I will use those in a later project, but not today. I find that the easiest way for me to get the burlap off of these pumpkins is I first go in with my craft knife, and I'd like to loosen just the edge of it first, and then I can peel it off. Now, each one of these is its own individual thing, and so I'd like to tell you that each peel up super easy, but it really depends on how much adhesive that particular pumpkin has. So the first one just put glitter all over me. The second one came off pretty easily, and the third one, it took a little bit for me to get it started, but once I got it started, it came off like a breeze. After I got the burlap off, I also needed to remove the base from each one of the pumpkins. Now, it is attached on there with a little bit of adhesive, and I find that the easiest way to get it off is to loosen it up ever so slightly with my utility knife. I like to do that on both the front and the back side, and then I just go in and I pull. It takes a tiny bit of muscle strength, but not a lot. But if you just pull them apart, trust me, they will come apart. To get rid of my little unwanted ledge, I'm just using my square ruler. I get this from Dollar Tree. It's one of my favorite tools from Dollar Tree. It's metal. It is a fantastic thing to have in your kit. Just using that in my utility knife, I just go in, line it up, and slice through it until it is gone. It just takes a few swipes across, and then you're as good as new, it's done, y'all. It's just done. Make sure that you remove the stickers off of the back because the back will now be our front. I like to go in with a heat gun to do that. You can also use a hairdryer. It helps to loosen up or heat up the adhesive, and then you can peel your stickers right off. It will leave sometimes a little marking behind, but don't worry, you can sand that straight off. Before I paint, I do like to go in and sand these smooth. I start off with a pretty rough sandpaper, so I'm using a 60 grit sandpaper here, and just sandpapering the front of it with a 60 grit, and then I go on both sides with a 220 grit sandpaper just to kind of smooth things out. And if there's a little bit of that residue left on that back side, which will now be our front side, that's when you'll take care of that at the same time. So I'm using Waverly's chalk paint and white to paint the larger pumpkin, and then I am painting the smaller pumpkin, in one of them in moss and the other one in a combination of pumpkin and truffle mixed together in order to create a more muted orange color. It turns out to be a really pretty kind of browny orange color. I actually end up really liking that. Perfect for fall. I use Cricut Design Space in order to create this vinyl cutout, and if you have a Cricut, I have a free link for you down below, but if you don't, no worries. You can also use stickers, rub-ons, stencils, and Dollar Tree also sells these stickers, which I think would be another great option for you as well. Something you should know about me is I am really picky about like my vinyl and my transfer paper and how they all work together, and I like it to all peel like butter. However, sometimes there happens to be hiccups, and that's exactly what happened when I went to go put the gather on my pumpkin. I was a little overzealous, moving a little too quickly, and I messed up my A and had to do a little bit of surgery in order to get it reattached. But you know what? Sometimes that happens. I was going to edit it out, but I decided that you should see that it is still fixable. It doesn't mean you have to scrap a project. Sometimes you just have to slow down, think for a second, fix it, and then you can move on. To dress up these pumpkins, I'm first going to add this little silver leaf. This came from another pumpkin that I got from the Dollar Tree that I used in a previous project, and then I'm adding the raffia bows right back on. I'm going in with my SUREBONDER cordless glue gun to do this. If you don't have a cordless glue gun, I would strongly suggest that you look into it. I absolutely love my cordless glue guns. They are the first ones I ever reach for. I now have 3 of them. I have this larger one, I have a detail tip one, and a USB one. I cannot seem to work with a cord anymore. I love using my cordless ones. I also use my glue gun in order to attach my smaller pumpkins to the larger pumpkin. Notice that I raised that larger pumpkin up just slightly above the smaller pumpkin. So the smaller pumpkins are the ones that will rest on wherever you are putting this, and the larger pumpkin will stay up above. That was just a choice that I made. You don't have to do this, but I thought it was a nice added touch. Now, in order to help this so that it can be freestanding and it doesn't have to rest against a wall or anything like that, I'm going in with these little tumbling tower pieces, and I just hot glue 2 together and then hot glue them to the bottom of each of those smaller pieces. And then I take one more and I run it so that it goes perpendicular alongside of those 2 that I already hot glued down. I put 1 on each side, and there you have it. Now it can stand up. I absolutely love this little trio of pumpkins. I think it is super cute and perfect for fall. For this wreath, all you need is some raffia and this pumpkin wreath form, but if you want to jazz it up like I did, you can go in with Dollar Tree's orange raffia, a metal word, and some lamb's ear that I picked up from Walmart. To start off with, you are going to cover this entire pumpkin in raffia. Now, I started with a stem and I didn't hot glue at this point. I wanted to wrap it around a few times and then I went in with the hot glue because I wanted to hot glue the raffia to the raffia itself and not to the metal of the pumpkin form, because a lot of times I can just peel it right off, and this would give it a better hold. So go ahead and wrap it a few times before you add that first thing of hot glue. After that, just keep wrapping, and every single time you get to a part where you finish up with your raffia, right where you end, go ahead and hot glue that by wrapping it around and finishing with hot glue. Add a little bit more hot glue, start a new piece of raffia, and then just keep wrapping. I wrapped around the entire circumference of the pumpkin first, and then I wrapped around the vertical lines. Now on the vertical lines, when I got to the bottom, I did wrap around the bottom, like that circumference piece. I wrapped around the bottom and came up the back side when I did the hot gluing of that final piece before starting on a new vertical line. And you just continue wrapping until you have your entire pumpkin completely covered in the raffia. For projects like this, using the detail tip makes this so easy because I'm able to get just this tiniest bit of hot glue every time I go between the different strands of raffia that you can't even see where one strand begins and another strand ends. I absolutely love using this tip of a glue gun. Now that your pumpkin is covered, you're going to start with your little weaving pattern. So you're going to glue a little piece of raffia at the top, and then you're going to crisscross your raffia under and over. I started in the middle. I just thought that was the easiest. So you're going to go over your bar, under through the middle, over the next side, and then you're just going to keep doing this back and forth all the way down. Again, once you finish with one piece of raffia, you're going to glue it on the back side, and then right where you end it, you're going to glue a new piece, and then you're going to keep going until you find your way all the way down. When you get to the bottom, go ahead and secure that raffia on the back side using a little bit of hot glue, and then you're going to do the exact same thing to that middle third section on each side, and then you're going to go ahead and fill in the other 4 sections. And let me show you how I did that. Now I chose to go with the Dollar Tree's orange raffia. It comes in a pack of 3 and it has 3 different colors, but you could also use a different color, stay with the neutral, it doesn't really matter. You're gonna start off the same way. You're gonna hot glue it to the back side and you're gonna weave it just like you did. The only difference is now you're going to weave it in between the weave that is already there on the previous side, if that makes sense. So you're just gonna have to kind of thread it through as you're creating that diagonal that goes across. That is it. Super simple. Anytime you finish one piece of raffia, hot glue it off, hot glue on a new piece in the same spot, go all the way down, hot glue it at the end, and you're going to fill in all 4 spots that exact same way. This is a good project to turn on your favorite YouTube video, Netflix show, or whatever as you work, because even though it's not hard to do, it does take a little bit of time. To embellish my pumpkin, I just clipped off a couple of these lamb's ear leaves. Now again, I picked this up at Walmart. This came in a pack for about $2 and it came with 2 of them. So this is such a good find. If you find these at Walmart, snatch them up. I love this lamb's ear. So I'm just gonna hot glue 2 of these leaves on, and then I took another piece of that orange raffia and tied a little bow and hot glued that directly on top of the leaves. After that, I took the word harvest, one of these little metal words, and some spray paint. I took it outside, did a quick little job of spray painting that, and then I just hot glued 2 little parts of that to stick straight onto the wreath, and voila, this wreath is done. I absolutely love this wreath. I did another one last year. I would love to know between these 2, which one is your favorite? For more fall DIYs, make sure that you check out these videos. Thank you so much for spending your time with me, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!